I'm Bobby Dahlheim, Senior Editor of Case Goods and Global Sourcing at Furniture Today. I'm sitting here with Andy Counts, CEO of the American Home Furnishings Alliance, the nation's largest trade group of furniture importers, manufacturers, and suppliers. Thanks for being here, Andy.
Hey, Bobby. No problem.
Today I want to ask Andy about the Consumer Product Safety Commission's decision this week to vote to make the ASTM Furniture Stability Standard mandatory and that it fits the requirements of sturdy. So Andy, I want to ask you first, how did this all come to be? How did the furniture industry come together with parental groups and other product safety groups to move the needle on this?
Well, it's a great question. Obviously, it's a lot of great work by a lot of extraordinary people, but the industry's been focused on this issue since 2000. We were very involved in the development of the initial voluntary standard, and we got to meet with the parents and meet with the consumer groups. They're all part of the stakeholders that come together at ASTM. And when the Sturdy Act was introduced several years ago in its initial form, we saw the types of things they were focusing on. And as an industry, we have a task group within our membership that of engineers, product designers, work closely with Bill Perdue of our staff. They came together and came up with some innovative new test methods that we felt strongly met sturdy, made a safer product, could be achievable, workable, and it would be good for consumers. We got good buy-in from the parents and consumer groups, all the other stakeholders at ASTM, and we ended up with F2057-23, and the rest is history.
Nice. Was it challenging to get everyone on the same page? Was there a lot of back and forth? Did it take a while?
It's a very collaborative process. There has to be consensus. So we have to go to the table, meet with all the stakeholders, make sure there's give and take. At the end of the day, we came up with an excellent standard, one that's going to save lives. It's going to be great for consumers. We look forward to getting it implemented and moving forward.
Good to hear. Do you think the furniture industry will have trouble hitting the standard? I know people have been preparing for a long time, but I know there's 3 distinct tests that this must pass. Do you think they'll be well prepared?
Well, if you're starting on the 20-yard line, it's going to be easier than starting from the other person's goal line. Yep. So people that are currently meeting the voluntary standard, the 2019 standard, this is different. It's a lot more onerous, additional weight, additional tests. So there will be some modifications necessary. We found that in almost all the cases we've tested. So, but it is achievable and it is doable, and it's repeatable and reproducible, and that's critical as well.
That's good. What do retailers have to watch out for? I know manufacturers have been hearing about this for a long time. Are retailers adequately prepared, do you think? Is there something that they should know about this? What should they be doing?
Retailers need to be looking for compliant product. Obviously, we're a few months from the effective date, but once that effective date kicks in sometime in October, potentially or November, they need to be buying compliant product. It's critical to realize that the Sturdy Act includes a 5-year review window. As an industry, if we don't get on board and do the right thing and have compliant product in the marketplace, CPSC could revisit this issue and we'll have a whole nother problem on our hands. So it's critical for retailers to make sure they're purchasing compliant product when the time comes.
That brings me to my last question. There's a 30-day window, from my understanding, when this gets published in the Federal Register for comments to be taken. Yeah. Does that leave any room for the CPSC to change this further? Is there any risk of that happening?
We don't think there'll be any modifications. However, the actual timeline is still very much up in the air. Obviously, it has to be published in the Federal Register, the direct final rule that they voted on this week. That has not happened yet. It could take a couple weeks for that to happen. Then the 30-day comment period kicks in. If there's no significant adverse comments, then the direct final rule will be published as written in the Federal Register, which takes another couple weeks, and that will start the 120-day implementation period. So we're thinking sometime October, it'll be mandatory.
Well, thanks a lot, Andy.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for the information.
Thanks, Bobby.
I'm Bobby from Furniture Today. Thanks for watching.